Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you a trick for solving any quadratic equation using factorization method. So if you have a quadratic equation of this form, ax squared plus bx c equals 0, where the coefficient of x squared, that is the lead coefficient, a, is greater than 1. As you can see here, the coefficient of x squared is greater than 1, which is 5. So to solve this problem, generally, the first thing you need to do is to multiply A by C to get the product AC. Thereafter, you find the factors of AC that will sum up to give us B. Then you can factorize it. So now I'm going to use this quadratic equation above to show you a trick on how to find the factors of AC easily and quickly in order to solve it by factorization method. If you have a quadratic equation and you want to solve it by factorization method, the first thing you need to do is to check if it can be solved, by factorization method. And we can do that by using this simple formula: b squared minus 4ac equals h squared. Now, if this quadratic equation can be solved by factorization method, if we plug in the respective values into this formula, we're going to get the square of an integer. But if you don't get the square of an integer, it means it cannot be solved by factorization method. So let me show you what I mean by that. We have 10, which is b squared minus 4 times a, which is 5, times c, which is a constant, negative 240. If you do this calculation, you're going to get 4,900. Now the square root of 4,900 is going to give us 70. So as you can see, 4,900 is the square of an integer, because 70 squared is going to give us 4,900. So that means h squared is 70 squared. So h is 70. So just take note of this value of h, which is the discriminant, because we're going to use it in the subsequent explanation as I show you, the trick. Now the value of the discriminant, which we got, which is 70 squared, shows that this quadratic equation can be solved by factorization method. Now, to solve this, the first thing is to multiply 5 by negative 240. Which is going to give us negative 1200. Next, we're going to find the factors of negative 1200 that will sum up to give us 10x. Now, to do that, it's going to take lots of time, and it's going to be difficult and daunting, because there are many factors of negative 1200. So how do we find the factors of negative 1200 that will sum up to give us 10x? Now, this is the trick. We're going to use this simple formula: h plus or minus b over 2. Now, you can use this formula for any quadratic equation that can be solved by factorization method to find the factors that will sum up to give us b, that is in this case 10. So remember that h is a discriminant, which we have already calculated as 70. So now we're going to plug in the respective values into this formula and find the factors of negative 1200 that will give us 10. So let's do that. We have H, which is 70, plus B, which is 10, over 2. It's going to give us 80 over 2, which is equal to 40. Then the second one, let's subtract it. 70 minus, because plus or minus, so 10 over 2. It's going to give us negative 60 over 2, which is going to give us negative 30. So these are the factors of negative 1200 that will sum up to give us 10. If you add negative 30 to 40, you're going to get 10. And if you multiply 40 by negative 30, you're going to get negative 1200. So this is very precise and quick. Instead of doing trial and error and wasting lots of time trying to get the factors that someone to give you a B. Now to factorize it, we're going to simply replace 10x with negative 30x plus 40x in the equation. Now we have 5x squared negative 30x plus 40x minus 240. So as you can see, what we did, we simply replaced 10x with negative 30x plus 40x. So now let's factorize it. First, we're going to factorize these two terms separately, and also this one separately. So let's do that. So the greatest common factor between 5x squared and 30x is 5x, because if you multiply 5x by x, you're going to get 5x squared. And if you multiply 5x by 6, you're going to get 30x. Also, 30 divided by 5 is going to give us 6. So, plus. Now, the greatest common factor between 40x and 240 is 40. Because if you multiply 40 by x, you're going to get 40x. And if you multiply 40 by 6, you're going to get negative 240. So, and also 240 divided by 40 is 6 equals 0. So now let's bring out 5x and 40 in order to factorize it. We have 5x plus 40. We have x minus 6, this one here and this one here. So to factorize it, we're going to use 1. So we have equals 0. So now we're going to equate each to 0. In order to get the value of x. As we have 5x equals negative 40, or x equals 6. So dividing both sides by 5, in order to isolate x, we have x equals negative 8. That's 40 divided by 5, or 6. So that's the answer.